As the Trump administration cracks down on crime in the nation's capital, an investigation reveals colleges and universities in Washington, D.C. are actually blocking efforts to empower law enforcement and instead training officers in progressive policing. In fact, campus reform found many D.C. universities actually prohibiting officers from carrying firearms and refusing to work with federal immigration authorities. Joining us now to discuss is campus reform reporter Emily Sturge. Emily, great to see you this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. It's great to be with you.
Tell us more about this investigation. Which universities are we talking about? What'd you find?
Absolutely. So first off, let's take a step back. Safety shouldn't even be political. Parents send their children to college expecting to see them at the Thanksgiving dinner table, which is why it's so aggravating that universities are prioritizing political ideology over real safety. And here in Washington, D.C., we've seen campuses like Georgetown University, George Washington, American University, where they refuse to arm all of their campus safety officers. And instead, they have progressive policing policies like de-escalation tactics, where they attempt to talk to a criminal instead of have a real weapon to stop them. But unfortunately, in violent situations, a weapon really is the only equalizer between that officer and a violent criminal. And of course, campuses need to do everything that they can to protect students.
To your point, you said this shouldn't even be a question when we're talking about safety, especially on college campuses. This does not only endanger students and faculty, though. What about police themselves if they're being disarmed?
Wow, I mean, absolutely. Both police, students, staff, and faculty, they all become sitting ducks and essentially these safe zones where criminals know that they don't have weapons, they won't be stopped. And look, we've already seen what lawlessness looks like on America's college campuses. We saw the death of Laken Riley. We've seen violent anti-Semitic riots, and we've even seen spikes in campus crime. For example, the University of Minnesota, when they cut ties with the Minneapolis Police Department, students reported more violent crimes. It's pretty common sense, and now we've had enough wake-up calls. It's time for universities to make some changes.
What about these universities that have these sanctuary campus policies? You say some go even as far as reporting ICE agents around campus, prioritizing basically illegal alien students over federal law.
As a reporter for the Leadership Institute's campus reform, I've gone through university policies. I've found over 40 campuses that have these sanctuary campus policies where they refuse to work with federal authorities. They block ICE agents from campus, and then they vow to protect the personal information of illegal immigrants on that campus. And this is taking place all across the country, from Boston to California to Washington, D.C. Elite universities like Harvard, MIT, American University, 23 campuses in the California State University system. They have these policies. They're endangering students, but they're also teaching the next generation that it's okay to reject the American rule of law and actually tattletale on federal authorities.
How can the administration fix this? I mean, what's it going to take for these colleges and universities to reverse course if they haven't already?
I mean, like I said, safety shouldn't be a political issue, and campuses definitely have time to course correct. They can work with local authorities. They can work with federal authorities. I'd like to see the campuses here in Washington, D.C. arm and train officers for the most dire situations. Like I said, we've already had enough wake-up calls. It's time to see some real action from university administrations.
Yeah. All right. Campus reform reporter Emily Sturge, always great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks so much for having me.